on the BPORRA trails today, or probably better referred to them as the Huron Shores ATV Club, because BPORRA is just piggybacking on their trails. So I'll thank the Huron Shores crew, Tyler and that whole group. You guys do a fantastic job. The whole reason I'm doing this video was brought to my attention recently when I was on a ride with a friend. None of these trails are in the mapping system for the OFTR, and I'm just taking my time through here. I know there's another, I believe, quad in here. I saw a trailer in the parking lot. I'm just going to do a quick once through here, well, not that quick, but a ride through, and show everybody what they're missing. This is the Culross Tract, just northwest of Wingham, and this is the largest one in their trail system. I don't know the mileage offhand. I want to say it's 5 or 6 kilometers. A couple of little stop points and interesting things on the way, but yeah, my friend was saying they had no clue. Everybody just kind of assumed all it was a rail trail and nothing more. So I'll get this one posted, and you can decide for yourself if it's worth it. Myself, I'm a single track guy. I enjoy that, but what I've been using this for, I've got this KLR 650, so a big adventure bike, and for ATV riders, as a pass-through from the boundary line up to second concession or vice versa, this is a fantastic little route or little stopover on the way to make the trip a little more interesting. So at this point here, we're going to go straight through, but we do end up having to loop back. Unfortunately, like I said, none of these tracks are in the OFTR mapping, so if you did want to see what this is and get a sense of what I'm riding here, you would have to go on the Huron Shores ATV Club website, and I know they've got the mapping posted there, so it'll give you a better sense of what this Culross track is like. It is a bit confusing. Don't confuse this with Stapleton track. That is to the south of the boundary. Do not go in there. You'll get yourself in trouble as well as the clubs. This is Culross track. I know the mapping kind of shows Stapleton to the north, but that is not the case. So do not confuse this with the track south of the boundary road. So yeah, this section, my understanding, is a newer section here. It's actually not a bad, pardon my shaky windscreen there. A lot of these spots are directional. You see some of the little signage saying keep right, keep left. It's just to aid in areas where it's a little bit narrow. Keeps everybody going the same way. Most of this stuff is two-way, but a couple of sections like this one in particular, you get arrows kind of looping around, gives you a little bit more trail, a little bit more of a loop. You can do this with just about any adventure bike. Like, I'm on a KLR 650, which is a fairly capable machine, but it has been lowered for my wife. It's been lowered 3 inches. I did have to upgrade the rear spring. That changes the geometry, and with the original stock, I should add that this is a Gen 1, and I'm assuming that was the original spring. It was pretty soft, and in changing the geometry, I come through here a few weeks ago with my friend, and yeah, I was bottoming out everywhere through here. Now, zero additional preload, and it rides through this stuff no problem. So there, so that's the top end of this little section. We'll go back down. So it is unfortunate. This year it does not look like BPORRA is going to be able to get any single track in place. Not through lack of trying. Bruce County is a little hesitant, and I get that. This is new for them, allowing off-road motorcycles specifically throughout their systems. I do hope they start to allow it in the future, because quite frankly, their mountain bike trails that they have and maintain are fantastic. So kudos to those guys and the job they do. But I really do hope that they allow us to do something similar to that in the BPORRA trails here. For those of you, I'm saying BPORRA, if you're not an OFTR member, BPORRA is the Bruce Peninsula Off-Road Riders Association, one of the newest clubs in the OFTR, Ontario Federation of Trail Riders. And of course your OFTR pass is good for all of these trails. Not sure what else they've done. At this point for BPORRA, I believe it is only the Huron Shores ATV Club trails that they have access to, as well as the rail trail. Which, you know, the rail trail, it's a long straight ride, but for somebody that just wants to get off the highway, holiday traffic or something going north, it's a nice option to be able to, you know, go from A to B without having to contend with traffic. So, you know, if you're going up toward Elgin area or something from the south, and you can hop off the highway all the way down by Clifford and do nothing more than cross roads the whole way up to Fort Elgin, and then all the way back down to basically the Bruce nuclear plant. Kind of nice to be able to travel through all that stuff without dealing with anything more than a couple of ATVs, a couple of fellow adventure bike riders, or dirt bikes. You know, again, this isn't stuff that you're going to get a whole lot of dirt bikes on. I have been back here just doing kind of trail patrols and checking things out and kind of trying to get a sense of what we had access to. Yeah, and I'm going to take my time through here today, because I know there is another machine somewhere. So unless he went back past me here while I was in that north section. Boundary line, there are two parking areas, one larger, one smaller. The larger one having a porta potty. That's the one I started in, because it basically loops around to just north of the first parking area off the boundary. So I guess you'd call it the southwest corner of the Culross track is where I started. So this is going to come out to a stop here in a wee bit. If I were to turn right, it would take me to the other parking area in just a couple hundred yards in a straight shot. But when we get up here, and it's a little ways up yet, I am going to make a left and take you up to a little pond and picnic area they have, and then make our way north to the top end. So I know we didn't really see it there when I did that first little go around before the stop sign. There's actually a foundation in that little island in the middle. There's several of them all scattered throughout here, off into the fields. I know up here in a little piece where beside the cornfield, you can't see it, it's torn up right now, but there's a foundation out in the middle of that field. Even in the little picnic area, there's a foundation back in there that I know is all covered over with grass right now, but early in the season, it's kind of nice first thing in the season before all the greenery come up to ride back here, and you can see deep into the woods and kind of get a sense of the history of the area. It's interesting. There's at least these three foundations I've mentioned. Now near the second concession parking lot, there's actually a silo in the woods there, and I believe a foundation with that as well. So there's four that I've seen, but my understanding, somebody had told me at one point, there's 5 or 6 different foundations back here. Maybe some are at a distance. This is the, sorry, it's a bean field, but it's just high enough right now you can't see all that well. Oh yeah, I can kind of see it. Back by the tree there, really in the field. I got a glimpse of it, and it's kind of gone now, but there is a bit of a foundation there. Okay. Yeah, got a glimpse of it there. So, but yeah, so just kind of be curious what the history would be as far as all these little different farms and buildings that were scattered through here at one point in time or another. So anybody that's been following the channel for a while, which I know there's not a whole lot of people, but there are some, we've been rather inactive this year. It's been a busy year. We haven't been riding as much as we'd like to. We are slowly making the transition to adventure bikes, but don't worry, I'm not going to stop riding single track. That's what I love. That's what got me back into motorcycling, I guess would be the way to say it. Yeah, I enjoy my single track, but the adventure bikes are more conducive to us and where we live and being able to ride on a daily basis. So I know our one bike, Carolyn's Beta, is blue plated, and when we're on the road I ride that, and Carolyn rides this Gen 1 KLR, but when we get to this stuff, I'll hop over to the big bike because I'm quite comfortable with it, and Carolyn gets back on the Beta. So, alright, so we got a stop sign here. And what this intersection is kind of the main route going north-south. So just up there, just out of view, there is the parking lot, the smaller of the two south parking lots. And then this carries through to the north with a little bypass on the way. And get going. This bike is fairly new to us. I sold my WR in the spring to someone I met last year at a riding clinic. Her son was in need of a new bike, and it just kind of fit what they were after. 08 WR with a lot of extras, a lot of goodies, so I thought I'd give them a fair price. I hope they feel that way too. With everything that was on it, I feel they did alright with it. But it's been kind of nice with me being friends with this woman on Facebook. I see all the stuff that her son is into with some of the off-road Ontario stuff and all the races and rides he's been doing. So it's been good to see that the bike is being well used and cared for and loved, quite frankly. So that's good. Probably riding it harder than I ever did, I gotta be honest, but I have a mechanical background, so that bike should last me an awfully long time. So. Great. It's a neat little section. This is just a short little winding trail. Just pops out here at a picnic area next to a pond. It's pretty narrow though, and I don't like being in the left-hand track. Everybody generally veers right when you come across something else. Late in the season, so a little bit of pond scum back here, but back amongst the grass here is one of the other foundations I was talking about. It's a colder one. So there's a whiskey jack flying across. Feel that for a second and let the bike cool off. Yeah, there is a beaver hut there. I don't know that there's anything in here anymore. There is trails every now and then leading down to the water when I'm here, so I'm sure there's muskrat, but I don't know if there's any more beaver in here. But yeah, you can kind of see right in here and across the back there is an old stone foundation in here. So yeah, it's just a nice property. So hopefully they can work well together, and BPORRA and Huron Shores ATV Club have a long future together. They got good groups running both. I started out as VP of that club, and we have other news too that I'm going to share with you here shortly, but for those reasons I'm going to know about here, I had to step aside. We were kind of at the point everything was open, and nothing new, nothing else was going to happen this season. So I thought it would be in the club's best interest if I stepped aside and allowed them to build to somebody that's going to be around for a while. As it does look as though we will be moving to the west coast. Hopefully within the next couple of months. The house is for sale, and we have a lot of people looking at it, so it's part of why we've been pretty busy and not riding as much as we'd like to, and certainly not posting videos as often as we'd like to. Trying to get things sold off and moved. We're basically downsizing to a toy hauler and moving our lives all in one go. And the bikes are going with us. Both my XCW, the Meg Brat bike, Carolyn's cross trainer likely is going with us, and then this KLR is going with us as well. So that's the plan anyways. So as a result, I did step down from the BPORRA board. We've done a good job making sure all this is working with the Huron Shores Club, to my understanding. Hopefully it's all going well yet. Okay, yeah, this section here. So what this is here is a farmer has a field in the middle of this forest tract, and they have to have access to it, so they own this swath. It's actually just been done in the spring. They have this little zigzag that you have to navigate, so not a big deal now. It's pretty broken in. I know early on they had to, this end was no big deal, but they had to change this end. I guess it went up further and then turned left to get to the bush, and now it comes in way back here. So the first while before this was all bedded in, I know there's a lot of people probably blowing by it. You know, I really didn't have nothing. It used to go out right here apparently. So trail systems close by, so a lot of people park there. It's a large parking lot, and then they have all the trail systems and all the close ones anyways. We've got Culross Tract west of here, which is an established one, and then they got a new one called Parachute Small. It's as the name suggests, it's not a very big track, but they do have some really good trails in there that are on municipal property instead of county property. So the ATV Club was given a little more freedom to do what they want to do, and as a result, it's actually a really, really good trail system in there. They did a lot of work and a lot of dollars involved too. Which is why I hope the relationship between the two clubs is going well, because it definitely helps them fund trail building and doing what they love to do. It makes it easier to pull the trigger on adding more trails if these clubs are working together. Everybody's always ATV versus two-wheel, and I hear ATVers talk how they don't like the side-by-sides, and the side-by-sides don't like the dirt bikes, and all down the line. But the fact of the matter is, and Tyler, the president of the ATV Club, he said it best, is you know, we don't have a future in the sport if we don't work together. So agree with that 100%. These clubs working together is how we're going to grow the sport. Rather than allowing our passion, what we do and what we love, to be torn down by counties and municipalities and you know, Karens that think we're hurting the environment in doing this. Quite frankly, building trail systems like this, and single track as well, quite often helps wildlife. A lot of the times we go in with a single track especially, and we'll follow a deer path, or we'll follow a path that's been put in by animals, and quite often you go back years later and you see those animals using the same path. So it does actually help the wildlife. It can help in areas that were prone to erosion, because there's measures taken to help control that and alleviate that. And we're not out here ripping it up. We're not out here making ruts and just chewing things up and causing damage and destroying the environment. Everybody comes out and does this stuff. They're just out to enjoy nature, and you know, not everybody likes to go for a hike. I don't mind it. Oh, there's the silo right there. I just went right by it. I didn't even see it. I'll go for a hike. I go for a mountain bike ride, whatever, but sometimes that stuff isn't available where you live, and you have to drive to it anyway. So something like this, in the case of an adventure bike, you can ride to it and carry on. So anyways, I'm going to stop up here at the road. We are at the second concession now, and that is just about all of the Culross track for the BPORRA and Huron Shores ATV Club. So hope you enjoyed it, guys.